Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. So, I am Ashish Kumar, and I'm a fourth year student in the Department of Electrical Engineering. And firstly, I would say that you guys, especially the people in the first year, have missed two very important things because of this pandemic. The first is the offline version of SOAR. If you guys had witnessed the offline SOAR, then it is definitely one of the best orientation programs across all the clubs in our college. And then I guess you have already missed your tech fest also, but hopefully if the colleges reopens within the time, so it will happen. So what I want to say is that we are conducting the SOAR in online mode. Still, I hope that you will get the same energy and enthusiasm to join the club that we try to provide in the offline mode. Now, I always say this club is not about not like any other club. It's more like a family. When when we are in club doing some projects, doing some work, then mostly we spend time quite good time, and you there is a very good bond among us. So I would say that this club is more like a family. And now we are in fourth year, so there is not much time left when we are in college. So the responsibilities of the club will be going over the your third year and second year seniors. So I guess they will be handling the things from now. And the people who are in first year, I would say that this is you already have missed a lot of things, but you just try to make maximum out of all the opportunities that you have got. There are a lot of things that you can do related to robotics even in the online mode. So you just keep working on those. You join the club, and under the guidance of your seniors, you can make really cool projects. You can learn the stuff that you were always enthusiastic to. While preparing for JE, you were not exposed to real engineering and all. But we are a technical club, so here, if you will be, you can work on various projects. You can learn various technologies. You can explore various fields your interest better, and also by interaction, you will be developing your communication skills, which are far more important. And so I guess it is very worth to join this club. So with these words, I I am handing over to the anchors. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhaiya, for your words. Now, before going further, we have something interesting for you, and that is robotics technical quiz. So, I would like to call Gulshan to kindly share the quiz link with juniors, and we will provide you 10 minutes for answering that.
Gulshan, kindly provide the link.
The link is in the chat box. So, juniors, go ahead and answer the quiz questions. Juniors, you will be given 10 minutes, and after that, the result will be announced.
Excuse me, I logged in into that link given, but I'm not getting the questions. It is only showing the name of the participants.
Okay, just wait for everyone to join. Okay, I'll start the quiz. Just wait for everyone to join.
The question is not showing as we are waiting for other peoples to join. As soon as they join, we will start the quiz. Well, those who have joined now, they won't be able to give the quiz as the quiz is live.
Yeah. So, so all of you who have participated in the quiz might have got their ranks shown on the screen. But I'm here to announce the first for the first three people. So the first one is Sudhanshu, and I can see the rest of the name. The second one is Dipanshu. The third one is Abhijit. Okay, and I just can't go on taking names of each and every people because there are something like 165 or 167 people who have taken the quiz. But I just want to say something to you guys that if you have not performed well on this in this quiz, it's not a reason to worry. Okay, and it will not affect your chances to get selected in this club. Okay, it was just a fun interaction, right? So hope you find the questions good. Okay, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Gulshan. So after that, before going to talk about line follower boat and robo war, let's talk about some of our club activities. So we are in a college of national importance, that is National Institute of Technology, Agartala. So we have our tech fest name IAM. So IAM is the annual science and technology festival of NIT Agartala, where lots of events, competitions, outreach programs are conducted. So last year our club had organized competition for line follower and RoboWar and Robo Soccer, where lots of teams had participated. I would like to introduce Gokulnath, our main technical member. He participated in line follower last year. So Gokul, over to you now.
Is it visible, Shivam?
Wait, I'm checking.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes, it's visible.
So, so thank you for the words for introducing. So, and thank you for the participant, the what is it called? Guests also. 1 minute. So we'll start, guys. So this is so I am Gokulnath, second year, Computer Science and Engineering Department. Here to give you a brief introduction about Line Follower. That's an event that is actually done during the Tech Fest. So whatever bot that you're having a look at now is actually not the bot that you're going to make. Actually, we'll be making bots during the fest time. This is kind of a high level line follow bot. This picture to this picture will come to at the last. Now, the whatever thing that you're seeing in these two pictures is something which is kind of relevant to the bot that we are going to make, except the first front two wheels. This front two wheels will be replaced by a caster wheel, which has 360-degree freedom. That is, can move in any direction. Now, to in this session, whatever I'm presenting, what is that you're going to create it as actually you'll be knowing what is line follower. So you'll be understanding what is line follower and the brief idea of how to make it. Then after making it and participating in events and all those stuff, what is that you take away at the end? That we'll have a look at all those stuff. First, we'll see what is line follower, correct? So from the name, if you see, of course, it is like it's going to follow something and it's going to be line. It's not necessarily line. It can also follow curves and all those things also. The reason for okay, then it should actually be path follower, but still it is a traditional way we go with line follower. So to dive a bit deep into it, if at all we have a look to explain a proper a line follower in a proper way, let's have a look at the kit of the line follower. If you have a look at the kit of the line follower, the kit will be consisting of sensors. It can be more than 2 sensors also, like 4 sensors can be there. And then obviously it is a bot which is going to move with wheels. Whoever is having their mic on, please mute it so that we are not having any interruptions. Yeah, so it is going to be a bot which is actually moving, right? So it is going to be with motors and wheels. To have individual commands over each motors, we are using something called a motor driver. And then to control the entire bot, the brain of the bot, we are going to use something called microcontroller. Shubham, see who's having their mic on. Please ask them to mute. Okay, so this is kind of the line follower kit thing. Now we'll have a look at what is actually happening in line follower. So if you have a look at line follower, it has sensors, and the structure of sensor is something in this way. It is an IR sensor that we are going to use, and it will be having emitter LED and a receiver LED. This emitter LED will be constantly illuminating IR radiations on the surface of the bot in which it travels. And then after reflection, this receiver will be receiving the signals after reflection. Based on the intensity of reflection, this sensor will be outputting data. to the microcontroller. Based on that output, a specific task will be assigned for that output, and it will be controlling those motors through motor driver. This is the overview of the line follower thing that is happening. If you want to dive a bit deep, we'll be having a look at the microcontroller, the thing that is happening in that. If you have a look at the microcontroller that we're using, it is actually called, the primitive of Arduino series called Arduino Uno. I could say this is the primitive of all microcontrollers. The reason for us introducing this microcontroller to you people is actually, this is the basics as said, but if you have a command in this microcontroller, you can actually easily shift to higher class microcontroller. Like if you are able to know each and every parts, the reason for each and every parts, and the pins used and how to use those pins and coding and all those stuff. If you have a proper command, you will be in a situation to shift to higher class microcontrollers. That is the reason for the basic microcontroller. And it was said that the microcontroller will be given some specific task through which after getting a specific data, it will be controlling the motors through motor driver. How does it do is actually by the user. The user will be specifying the specific task through coding. Correct. This code, the code Arduino uses is not like C. It is a different programming language. It will be kind of similar to C++. It will be something in this way. The code setup is in something in this way. It will be having only two functions, which you will be the thing for functions and all you will be reading in your lectures. But the output, the overview of the coding will be something in this way. If you have a look at this Arduino structure, there are some pins placed in them, right? This pins actually, while starting the code, you have to define whatever pins that you're going to use. You will be defining those pins, and then in the setup function, you will be saying which pins are input are going to be used as input or output. And in the loop function is the main body of the function, which will be the one which controls the entire part. Like for the particular input, what is the particular action that has to be done? That will be done in loop. So this is kind of, these things are kind of overview. In future, we will be having a deep the learning for the coding thing and for the Arduino thing, whatever you're having a look at also. Next, we'll have a look at motor driver and motors. So the reason for this kind of using a motor driver, we'll just have a look at now. Say for so this bot, whatever you are using, it's going to undergo curves also, right? There is no steering in the bot. So, but still it has to turn. How does it turn? The basic, this idea is actually, we took this idea from the primitive knowledge of cars. So during the invention, the beginning stage of invention of cars, what happened is there was no steering, obviously, but people still wanted to turn. What logic did they do is the car was obviously moving in a straight path. They wanted to turn right. What did they do is whatever right wheels you're having the look at, those right wheels were slowed down or stopped abruptly. So because the left wheels are still rolling, so because of torque effect, what happened is the car gradually moved towards moved towards right. This idea is not used now because the setup is kind of tough, and also it is not user friendly for using. So, but this idea is actually used in line follower bot. So, say for example, the sensors detects the bot has to turn right. The wheels in the right stops abruptly, and then the wheels in the left rolls. So that due to torque, the bot moves towards right. That is the idea that we are going to use. So for this idea, we need to have individual commands over each motors. So that would be very easy if we use a motor driver. That is the reason for the motor driver. To have individual commands over each motors, we can obviously have commands over each motors with the Arduino also. To make it a bit easy, we're using something called a motor driver, which helps us to have easy command for with each of our motors. So all is done. This is kind of the gist of making the line follower. Further readings or working process, practical working, you will do in the future. But what is the thing that you end up getting at finally after finishing all these things? What is that you end up getting is actually, if you see now, you have been introduced to basic microcontroller. Obviously, it was said, like I said before, if you have a basic control or a command over this microcontroller, you can easily shift towards upper class microcontrollers. Then you have been introduced to sensors. Obviously, now in this world, if you see now, it's obviously full of sensors, and you have been introduced to the basic of them. Having a command over this, knowing the parts for the reason for each and parts, you will be in a position to do better in the future. So obviously, say for example, you did everything good, you had a control over a command over all those things. What is the advantage of knowing all those things is, I'll explain this using this example. There is a startup in China called iLife. This is a vacuum cleaner which is automatic, like no person needs to control it. And there is a vacuum at the bottom which sucks dust and everything, and it also cleans, no problem in that. But there are three sensors here. How does it move? There are sensors placed so that it doesn't crash the wall and all the stuff. It detects wall. It moves in such a way that it no problems there for crashing and all the stuff. Then the same idea, whatever line follower idea is exactly pasted here, but the device is changed. Say for example, it has sensors and it has a microcontroller and it has wheels, motors, and everything. So the sensors detect, say for example, the reflected light is too high. That means the wall is very close to the board, so the wheel stops abruptly. And if the intensity of reflected is not that much, it slows down. It doesn't stop abruptly, it stops gradually. So those ideas, so if you see the same ideas there, but you say for example after finishing line follower you are interested in making this kind of board, and you use the same microcontroller and use the same IR sensors, that if you do that now, that bot wouldn't last more than 2 minutes, because there are disadvantages in Arduino. It wouldn't last for a long time if you give a constant voltage. If you give a constant voltage for a long time. So there are disadvantages in that. So how will you know that what kind of micro devices or what kind of microcontroller sensors that has to be used for my device? So that is what this work is actually going to trigger you. You will be in the first place, you'll be introduced to the basics, and you will be seeing the disadvantages of those things, whatever is there. And then based on the disadvantages, you'll be moving to higher microcontrollers. And after completely moving to higher microcontrollers and sensors, you will be having a basic idea of what are the devices used for, what are the use of each and every parts in those things. And at the end of the day, you will be in a position to make your own microcontrollers or your own sensors. So if you see this bot, they have not bought any microcontrollers or sensors. They've actually made it, but the parts are still made. But they by knowing the use of each and every parts, they made their own microcontroller and they made their own sensors. So that's what we are expecting, and that's the thing that will be triggered through this line follower work. Yeah, so the basic idea of whatever work that is going to be given to you is actually kind of analyzing stuff. You have to have a idea for devices so that in future you will be in the position to shift to higher class and position to choose appropriate devices for your project. Okay, yeah guys, so thank you. That is an introduction for line follower and the benefits. Thank you. Shubham, you can continue.
Thank you, Gokul, for your presentation. Before moving to next part, we have another question for you. So the question is, nowadays we have pen drives and other things weighing somewhere around 30 grams, storing GBs and TBs of data. Making a guess, how much would 5 MB had weighed in 1956? So write in the comment box. So Shreyans has written 1 ton, that is a correct answer. So the correct answer is about around 100 kg.
Moving forward, now calling Lakshya to share his experience about RoboWar. He participated in RoboWar competition and won that competition. Laksh, over to you now.
Thank you, Nikita. Give me 1 minute. Hello, everyone. Good evening to all of you. This is Laksh from second year, Electronics and Communication Department. I am here to give you some basic idea about RoboWar. Okay. In this session, we will see what RoboWar is, components of RoboWar, rules of this competition. So, what is RoboWar? RoboWar is nothing but it's a challenge in which we build a robot that's that will participate in a battle, okay, and fight with another robots, right? This battle carried out in the form of tournament. Now, come to the next point. Discuss about robots component. Okay, we can have two types of robot. Like one is Both are made either of steel or aluminum or iron body, and 4 to 5 motor drivers and relay, etc. Now we are coming to the basic rule of this competition. Your robot dimensions should be smaller than the dimension decided by the organizers, right? And at match, referee would inspect your robot's dimension. Okay. There are some other rules as well regarding maximum size of team, weight of the robot, etc. The Robo War fight is very interesting event to watch and much more interesting to play. Okay. Points are awarded for damaging the opponent's robot, pushing out of arena, and also damage caused by arena. Right. Okay. Uh, okay. Now let me share my personal experience with Robo War competition. Apart from apart from thrill and joy of participating, I also got to learn lot of things. Before this competition, I knew nothing about Arduino motor drivers, relay, and most of the components used. I got to learn and also practically apply them. I also got hand on experience making the vehicle body out of metal sheet. This taught me cutting, welding, and drilling, and some other machine works. To conclude, I had a nice team working with this club in RoboWar. I hope I could convey my enthusiasm properly. I wish you also come forward, participate, enjoy your college life, and explore such amazing event. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Laksh, for
Nikita,
sharing.
you can continue.
Yeah. Thank you, Laksh, for sharing it with us. Moving forward, let me introduce you about Tech Tour. So Tech Tour is also an event where we make some high level projects like wireless power transfer, phone lock apps, etc. under the guidance of our seniors. Workshops and webinars are also conducted on machine learning and IoT and other tech tools. Last year, workshop based on machine learning and IoT was conducted and certificates were also provided. We also teach the basic of programming, the basic of IC, Arduino coding, etc. in our club lectures, as you have seen in our introductory video.
Let's move to the achievements of our club.
In 2017-18, ANARC took part in Robocon, got rank 58th.
In the year 2019, one team took part in Robo War competition organized at IIT Guwahati.
In 2019-20, more than 10 teams took part in e-Yantra competition organized by IIT Bombay.
In 2020-21, the participation was a little less as they incorporated a huge registration fee. Still, two teams took part, and one of them is still continuing with great success.
Moving forward, we have one more question for you. Which is the first movie of India featuring robots?
Robot.
The correct answer is Hollywood 2002, Indian Kannada film written by Upendra.
Now, lastly, we have Himanshu from second year with us to share us his future prospects for the club. Himanshu, over to you now.
Shubham, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay, yeah, just give me a minute. Hello?
No.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'm starting. Thank you, Shubham. Good afternoon, guys and girls. Girls is female of guys, okay? So jokes apart, now being formal. This is Himanshu from second year on the behalf of ANARC team. Hope you all are doing fine at home and enjoying your holidays come online classes. Courtesy to pandemic, of course. Pun intended.
Talking about pandemic, it hit us really hard. As we progressed through the pandemic, we got to realize we need to modernize our way of approaching things. By modernizing, I mean we need to adapt the new and faster online methods and learn to work with them. So the first idea is that we will try to minimize the usage of expensive hardware. It will reduce the expenses to a great extent and resolve the problems of funds and similar things. Secondly, it will help us all become more of an engineer. Can somebody tell me what actually engineering is? Okay, let me do it for you. Engineering is not about discovering things. That's the work of scientists, man. Engineers work on the existing theories and stuffs with the minimum equipment available, and engineers, or more profoundly, invent new algorithms or machines so that they can be availed by society. Um, Next, we need to get in sync with all the latest developments in the field of robotics. Nowadays, robotics is not only mechanical, where you have to play with hardware components and similar things. It has become more of a technical field, where you have to think of a better solution to the existing one and then give it a mechanical frame. So, to do that, we are planning to add practical AI and similar things such as machine learning and natural language processing to the curriculum. To learn theory, we need to be practical first. I think you understand that thing. Thus, high-end pre-trained models such as YOLO will be encouraged to learn and tackle computer vision problems. So now we come to the final part. Finally, and the most important, we can't judge ourselves if we are not going to participate in national and global events. Participation in such events will surely give a boost to your resume or CV, whatever you call, and you will easily catch the eye of the companies coming to recruit you. This way, you will know your levels and help you to hone your skills and take up the career in robotics, perhaps the most trending career stream in CSE nowadays. Moreover, this will increase the reputation of ANARC and NIT Agartala. But the most important thing is that it will inculcate the qualities of teamwork and leadership among the younger members. Believe me, or I would say, I believe that these two are the most important aspects of a career life. Yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot for coming over here, and we are looking forward to achieve these goals. With the help of your valuable suggestions, we wish to see you soon there in the club room. And the last thing, we will have jokes too that we could not do now. Thanks again. Shubham and Nikita, over to you now.
Thank you, Himanshu, for your future prospects. Now we will move further, but before that, we have one more question for you guys. So this is little bit easy. What is the full form of NASA? Write in the comment box.
Himanshu, Shubham, sorry to interrupt. After this, Ashish Bhaiya will be doing some announcement regarding the positions. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so meaning one is correct. The correct answer is National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Bhaiya, you can start now, I think.
Okay, so I'm speaking once again. Firstly, I would say that you have just witnessed a lot of technical stuffs and a lot of projects, some instruments and other things. So many of you might have been confused that this is so new to us that even we don't know the names of this or we are not aware of anything. So don't worry about that. Everyone is once a beginner. So I would say that when we started that, then also we did not know anything. But eventually, when you will be the part of the club, then you will uh, come across these things, and eventually you will be quite good in these things. Now I am here to announce the team of third year, which will be leading the club and helping you throughout the year. So I will be handling our responsibilities to this team, and I am very much confident about this team. So without wasting time, just taking the name. The team members will be Ayush, Himanshu, Soumya, Amit, Ashish, Priyam, Devapriya. And the president of this club will be Rishabh. The technical lead will be Pinaki, and the management lead will be Pratyusha. So I wish all the best to the people whose name I took, and to everyone who is in the club. And if I have missed some name, then excuse me for that. And I again wish you all the best. And I really believe that these people, along with the people who are in second year and the people who will be joining after the first year, you will take the club to new heights, and really you will have some good milestones and achievements. So again, all the best and thank you.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Now, I would like to request Rishabh Bhaiya from third year, who is a very active technical member of the club, to address us.
Thank you, Shubham. 1 second, let me share my screen. Hope I'm visible. Okay, hello everyone. Happy New Year. We are about to reach the end of this session. It is almost over, but don't link to join the WhatsApp group and become a member of the club is coming. But before that, I have to mention that organizing such an event in between a global pandemic with everybody at home, it requires some hard work. Like from designing their posters to making the trailer video and making the presentations, anchoring, everything requires a lot of hard work. And there was a lot of work that our team members shared and executed very well. And not only for this event, actually, for every event we organize, and for basically for whatever the club is right now, it is all because of its members and the collective hard work and teamwork. We all know that it is their hard work and effort that is the reason for our success. And so, on every SOAR, we like to congratulate and honor them for their hard work. So this time it will be me who is doing that. And what you see on the screen is actually some of our club members. There are other members also, but actually they didn't give the photo, that's why they are not here. But I would like to thank all the members of this club who have worked hard to make this program a success. And apart from this, I like to honor them with some position of responsibility. And firstly, we'll start with, okay, so basically I'm here to assign some position of responsibility to those active club members of ANARC. So firstly, we start with the event management team. Gulshan Mishra, Shubham Kumar, Nikita and Shikha from second year. They were very active in this SOAR event and also in the previous events, and we assigned them the post of event management. Congratulations to all. Now the public relation and social media, we have Jagadish, Tarun and Shivani. Like a special shout out to the Jagadish for making the poster. It was a wonderful one. Now coming to the next, we have the finance team, and Navya Bhatia will look after the finance of the club for the next year, 2021 and 2020. And apart from this, also we have other technical members whose pictures, if I put now, it will be full of, it will occupy the full screen. It will be awkward. So there is a technical team which comprises of almost all the members of the second year. They are really active. Just to mention, they are the reason why the Robo war, the line follower, and other competitions we organize are possible. So on behalf of all members of ANARC team and ANARC family, I must say, I congratulate all the people who are selected into these posts. I hope that they will execute their work properly and take the club to a new heights. And apart from them, the most important thing, we also need a leader. We have Himanshu. He is a second year student. He will lead the club for the next year, 2020-2021. He will be the vice president of the club. Congratulations, Himanshu, and everyone else who are selected, who are assigned to the posts. Thank you all. Yeah, now I will hand over the mic to Shubham. He can continue.
And also special thanks to Gokul. He, although was not the one of the management members of the club, has done a great job in making the trailer video and also in the presentation of line follower. So thanks, Gokul.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Now I will share the WhatsApp group link where all resources and materials, project ideas, and all things regarding club will be shared in coming days. So the link will be in the chat box. Shubham, please share the link in the chat box. The link is in the chat box. You can go through it. Join the group.
Thank you all once again for joining with us. Don't forget to follow ANARC on Facebook and Instagram. Here is the Instagram ID link and Facebook.
Thank you all. Take care, and we will update you in the WhatsApp group. Whatever the materials and everything would be there, we will update you there. Thank you, everyone.
I hope you all enjoy the event. Thank you. You can leave now.
Since the orientation is online mode, we have to conduct it this way. We hope so. We will meet soon in college, and we will organize an orientation or anything for you. Sorry, not orientation, some programs.